make we dance like Wahala. Yeah, Wahala. Make we dance like Wahala. Yeah, Wahala.
Biggest pass through. It's 103.5 Homeboys Radio, the urban sound of Nairobi. Gmoney in the building. Today the show has been completely put together by the interns, and I kind of think that you guys have cheated.
What do you mean?
You guys have cheated. So this morning, let me explain to you what's going on. This morning, I said, I'm not doing the show. I'm allowing the interns to take over the radio. But they didn't tell me that 1Da Banton was coming in. You guys are cheating. You're cheating, my friends. I want to welcome 1Da Banton to the studio. Good morning, boss.
Good morning, my bro. What's good?
Welcome to the 254. Great to have you in the building. That song, "There's Summer Love," got a lot of love.
Of course.
During the summer, which is not around at the moment. It's cold in Nairobi.
Cold.
For real. I want to welcome you. Welcome you to the country. Welcome to the station.
Shout out to my people in Canairo, man.
Canairo, my man's in already.
Yeah.
Now, before we even delve into your story, I need to ask a question, brother. What is it they are giving people in Port Harcourt? Why so many great artists are coming from that particular city? What is it in the water? Is it because I was doing a bit of research and I'm like, but hold on, you, Burner or Malay, Mr. 2K, I met a few years ago, so many great artists out of that city. What is it?
I just feel like there's something really special going on because we really grew up listening to quality music.
Right.
Like back in the days, we used to have like a Port Harcourt industry.
Right.
Where there are songs from Lagos, obviously, but there were songs in Port Harcourt that were for Port Harcourt people, and they were really quality music. Shout out to all the veterans and everybody that were churning out good tunes back then.
Good songs and great artists.
I grew up listening to a lot of good music, and we have our unique style. It's always original when it's from Port Harcourt.
Because I mean, I mention that because, so often people think that the industry is just in Lagos. But now when you look at it, some of the biggest artists that are around, yourself, the Burners, the Omalays, all hailing from the same city. Something great must be coming out of that city.
Of course.
For real? So how long have you been making music?
I've been making music for the longest, but professionally, I dropped my official single in 2015.
Wow!
So, yeah, I've been grinding.
And I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear you've put in the work.
Of course.
Nobody can turn around to you and say, this guy, man, is just a one-hit wonder. He came from yesterday. 7 years of grinding.
Of course.
For real. And obviously, I mean, when your song went viral on TikTok, No Wahala went viral on TikTok. That song is the song that introduced you to most of us.
Yeah.
But before then, the ups and downs in the industry, man, there must have been times when you were ready to just give up and do something else.
I'm human at the end of the day, you understand? So, but at the same time, challenges are always going to be there. And I really love music, apart from the fact that I want to maybe be a big star and just be everywhere performing and making money and just making my people proud. I love music personally. So in all those days, even with the struggles and maybe waiting on getting as big as I want to be, I still made music every night.
Did your parents support you? Or they like, this guy?
Oh, my dad is actually like an educationist. He's really big into education. Shout out to my dad.
Right.
But I have really good siblings. Shout out to my elder brother. He's always supporting me.
That's amazing.
Right from the start. My nephew, everyone is always on my side, giving me their support.
Because I always ask that question because I remember when I told my parents I wanted to do radio, they were like, you go and do law, do a proper job. You know,
I don't blame them because in their days, in their time, those are the professions that
they respected.
That they respected. That if you say my son is a lawyer, people are gonna say, all right, that's good. Or you say your son is a doctor. Or you say your son is a radio host, and be like, are you sure?
Are you sure? But
right now, I think it's changed. It's changing real fast.
I was about to ask you that. Right now, Dad must be proud.
Of course, he's proud. He dances to my music all the time. He's like, yo, play me that Homeboys music. I want to listen to it.
I love it. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that breakout single. Let's talk about No Wahala. You're just minding your business in your community, in your wherever you are, and this song just takes its own legs and runs away and appears on TikTok.
It didn't just appear, I wouldn't lie to you, because a lot of work was put
intentionally.
It's off my album, like my debut album, Original Vibe Machine. Shout out to the team. We put in a lot of work to make sure.
But TikTok is like took it to another level.
Yeah, like, but the work had to be done.
Right.
To get to that platform.
I see what you're doing there. It's like, don't call me a TikTok artist. Do not call me a TikTok artist.
It's a great platform.
Yes.
Shout out to TikTok.
It's changed music.
Yeah, of course. You understand. So, the work was the work.
The work was done.
Yeah, work was done.
You had to create the art for it to be appreciated. And interestingly enough, a question I've always wondered is, because obviously you have the original version of No Wahala and you have the remix. So obviously, which version was the one that kind of blew up for you?
The original version.
The original version, right?
Is still the biggest version.
That's the version I play when I'm in
like
clubs.
The biggest version.
Right. And then obviously, I always wonder about like artists like yourself, because you know you've come through, you've got the smash hit. I mean, how difficult is it to get like the Tiwa Savages and the Kiss Daniels onto your track for the remix? 'Cause that must have been, that's big. You have to. That is really very big.
That's really big.
That's like Brian saying he wants a DJ in the club with me. I'm like, not yet. A few more years. Are you a DJ? I'm a DJ.
Oh, that's nice.
One of Kenya's best and biggest, the most booked. And most amazing.
Kainaro biggest.
Hey,
shout out to Tiwa Savage, shout out to Kiss Daniel, shout out to Ubi Franklin.
Right.
Because I was chilling and Ubi called me and was like, Kiss really likes the song and he really want to jump on it. I said, alright. He said, pull up, and I went to Kiss Daniel's house, recorded his part, and he was like, Tiwa's gonna love to be on the song.
Wow.
That's how we invited.
Just organically like that.
Yeah, that's how it happened. No stress.
And I love those stories, because so many times in so many industries around the world, whether in the UK, Jamaica, here in Kenya, you don't sometimes find artists spreading the love like that to say, okay, you've got a banger, let me jump on it to see how far we can push it together.
Win-win, bro.
You know what I mean? We all win. Do you know what I mean? Most definitely, man. We've got the man like 1Da Banton in the studio. I know we're gonna talk about your love for dancehall music as well, because I can hear it in your flow. You can't. As soon as he sat down, I was like, hey, this guy has got a bit of a dancehall flow. We're gonna get into that a little bit later on. You're listening to 103.5 Homeboys Radio. Of course, we are the urban sound of Nairobi. The big man himself on campus is in the building. And speaking about big tunes, this has to be one of the biggest tunes in the 254 and around the entire globe. And of course, we get into that. We are talking about the song, the anthem. It's not a TikTok song. Let's not get that twisted. The song from the big man on campus, of course, No Wahala. The remix was massive. It's 103.5 Homeboys Radio. We are the urban sound of Nairobi. Gmoney in the morning, 19 minutes past 8 o'clock. 1Da Banton is in the studio. Big up yourself. Big tunes we do play. No Wahala, the remix featuring Kiss Daniel and Tiwa Savage. I want to talk to you about dancehall, because when I listen to your flow, I hear a dancehall cadence or a dancehall. There's something dancehall, very much dancehall about your flow. And then obviously with the name like Banton, I'm like Buru Banton, Buju Banton, all sorts of Bantons came out of Jamaica in the 80s and 90s. You must have a love for dancehall music.
Yeah, of course. Like growing up, I listened to lots of dancehall music, and that's when I fell in love with dancehall music. I used to do lots of dancehall.
Really?
You understand? But along the line, I had to like, fuse it into the Afrobeat movement.
Right.
You feel me? You have to do what you have to do. Right. What it is. You understand?
Who were your favorite dancehall artists?
I listened to growing up was that Sean Paul era.
Of course.
That was when I was like, Sean Paul, Beanie Man.
Yes, legends.
Yeah, man, so many of them. I swear, the Mali family as a whole.
Right,
I listen to them a lot.
Of course.
Yeah, lots and lots of them.
I tell you, true story about Sean Paul. So I remember I interviewed him at the start of his career many years ago. Yeah, I'm an old guy. And we were in. This is before I was even like doing radio professionally. We were doing pirate radio, and I remember Sean Paul came into the studio, and around that time the biggest artists in Jamaica were like Red Rat and Goofy and those guys. And I remember like at the end of this interview, he came to me and he said to me, he was like, yo, Gmoney, By the way, because you know we were telling the artists to make us dub plates, and they were charging us like if you wanted a jingle, they wanted £100, and we were young, we didn't have money. I remember Sean Paul said, "Yo, listen, I'm not like those guys. I'm just starting my journey. Just tell me what you need, and I'll do the drops, and I'll do the dubs, and I'll do all that stuff." And I've never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that at the start of his career, he was so humble. And if you meet him now, meeting him 20, 25 years later, he's still as humble as he was in those days, man. So his imprint, yeah, man, his energy and his influence can never be denied in dancehall music, man. He definitely is a legend. We big up Sean Paul every single time, man, for real. So tell me, you mentioned your EP, your album. Talk to me. We've got new music from you as well. We've got this joint called Ego. Let's talk about Ego.
Yeah, it's my new music. It's actually ego. It means money.
It means money. Oh, yeah, so we say ego thinking it means ego, but it's ego.
Yeah, ego. Like, you feel me? That's like it's Igbo language in Nigeria. It means ego. Yeah, so that's a big tune. I just dropped it like 2 weeks plus.
Nice.
You feel me? And it's getting so much love around the world.
Right.
And I'm glad people are really loving it. Of course.
All right, and is there an album in the works? Like,
yeah, man, I have my next album in the works. It's almost ready. You feel me? But it's gonna be out sometime next year.
Next year, okay.
So I'm doing a couple singles, I have lots of collaborations coming out real soon.
Right.
My own personal singles, then straight to the album.
All right, well, I'm excited. I always love to see an artist who's put the work in and has definitely come through to a point where now the hits are rolling in. And like, whenever you have something new, make sure that you pass through the station and make sure that you, whenever you're in town, this is your home now.
So whenever I'm in Canaro, man, I come to the Homeboys.
You have to come. You have to check out the Homeboys to see Wagwan, touchdown and link up with the man. So Ego is Ibu. And we're gonna play that joint right there. It means money. Tell me, are you performing while you're here?
Yeah.
I see a manager. He's on point. He's like, "Yo, remember, here we are." So there's a new club being launched. Apparently.
Yeah, tomorrow, Vega
Club
Lounge.
Vegas, a lounge. Okay,
come true.
That's Valley Arcade, yeah. That's Valley Arcade, just by the Quip Mart.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're in town tomorrow, that's the plan for Friday. That club opens. It's called Vegas. It's just behind the Quip Mart. So come through, man. Link up, and you'll be there.
Come make we dance like no Wahala.
You see? He said, "Come make we." He says, "Come make we dance like." That's this guy. He's low key Jamaican. That's trying to say. So let's get into your joint, and then we'll talk about how guys can connect with you on the socials. It's 103.5 Homeboys Radio, the urban sound of Nairobi. Brand new joint from 1Da Banton. It's called Ego. 24 minutes past 8 o'clock. There from the man like 1Da Banton. Ego means money in Igbo. Love that. I love it when an artist comes through, because I'm not a hypocrite when it comes to music. So if you see me bop into your tune when I hear it for the first time, just know that it's a big tune, man. Big up yourself, 1Da Banton, for coming through. How can your fans stay connected with you? What are your socials?
All right, I'm on Instagram, 1Da Banton, 1 as a figure, 1Da Banton. 1Da Banton on Instagram, same on Twitter, Snapchat, 1Da Banton Music for ladies only, TikTok, 1Da Banton Music. So link up.
All right, make sure you link up with the man like 1Da Banton. I'm following you right now because I'm calling out every artist. I'm working on my EP. I want you on it.
Let's get it, bro.
There you go. You see, I say it live on air. I don't even tell guys. I'm working on my EP, so just know I need a 1Da Banton track. I will be reaching out to you, my friend. Listen,
I got you, my bro.
God's blessing on your journey, my G.
Thank you so much.
Love the fact that you're putting the work in. Love the fact you've taken the time to come through. May God just continue to guide your path and continue to bless you, man. You know what I mean?
Bless you too.
And I know you got a whole stack of interviews today, so I'm not going to be that guy who keeps you here for the whole hour so that my competitors do not get to speak to you. Have yourself a great journey, my G.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you for coming through.
Big ups to Canaro City. You know what I'm saying? Big ups, Boompa.